What's going on? It's Colin here again. Today, as you can see, the bed of the truck is once again full with engines. The Long Island Antique Power Association is finally doing an actual real show with like spectators and stuff. So of course I'm going. Both days. It's a 2-day show, today and tomorrow. And I kind of went a little crazy. I basically fit as many engines in this truck as I could. So I've got, I think, 7 engines and 3 or 4 show displays. So I'm pretty excited to get there. I got the Witty, I got the Ideal V, I've got the NPR 6, the Model 9 Hit and Miss, and then over there is the 39 Briggs Model B crank start, the 36 Briggs Model H lever start, and then the 57 Briggs powered Marlowe water pump, along with some water pumps and the box fan. So just wanted to give you guys a quick overview before we head out. A lot of you guys seem to like the plow day video, so I'll probably try and do something similar. Of course, we're taking the Dodge because I don't have another vehicle. So I'll try and get a little more footage while I'm driving and, you know, stuff like that for you guys. So anyways, let's get the navigation and music going, and I'll see you guys in a second. Well, we're off. It's a nice cool day today, so hopefully I won't have to have the windows open on the highway, because that makes this truck even louder. Which I know is hard to believe, especially from that last video if you guys have watched it, but yeah, it's nice and cloudy, cool. It seems like a pretty nice day for a show, in all honesty. Cruising along here, about 30 miles an hour. I have it in 4th gear, so the engine's turning a little slower, save a little gas. And just barely touching the gas. Step on it a little bit, you get a nice rumble from the exhaust. Which I don't know if the camera's going to pick up too well, but yeah, I'm pretty excited. It's been a while since we did a real show, so it'd be nice to actually get out there and see some real people asking questions and whatnot. But now we're getting into town, so I'm going to turn the camera off for a little bit. Yes, 60 miles an hour, where you have to scream to talk to the person next to you, and the entire truck starts buzzing and rattling and bouncing. It's wonderful. You really don't have to go very fast in this truck to feel like you're going really fast. Certainly don't get any speeding tickets, because you always feel like you're going twice as fast as you are. You know, when I first got this truck, I thought 60 miles an hour was like the end of the world. I thought that's all this engine really had to give. I thought any faster and you'd really be screaming it, but I've kind of changed my mind. I think this truck could do a hell of a lot more. I don't think, however, that it could stop. So, 60 miles an hour, 65 is about it for me. I don't go any faster, especially with the stuff in the back. But yeah, I think this engine's quite an interesting engine. I think it's got a hell of a lot of torque, but it's also pretty good with revs. It also helps that I've got 354 gears in this thing, so I can cruise. But if we step on it on 60, it pulls, and it keeps pulling. So yeah. a couple old trucks back there, Jake, if you're watching. A couple old big ones, like your 61.
Just to confirm his eyes.
I sure do like it out here. It's crazy because if you go back only like 60 years, the place where I lived used to look like this. It's absolutely crazy. We made it to Sound Avenue. Power Association's only a little ways down this road. Another really old road. It runs all the way out on the North Fork to Orient. It's just a 2-lane road. But boy, does it get crowded out here, especially in summertime. Speed limit's 45, but I can't do quite that fast because it's so freaking bouncy. I hit my head on the ceiling. It's another really nice road to drive on when there's not a lot of traffic. Problem is, there's usually a lot of traffic. But, hey, you gotta take what you can get, I guess. Some more farmland out there. Some old tractors. We made it. The Power Association. Got all this stuff in the truck to unload now and set up, but we made it. That was a nice drive. Alright, so I'm gonna get all this shit unloaded and set up, and then I'll check back in with you guys then. Alright guys, so I got everything set up. Not a lot of turnout right now because it's raining. And I don't think a whole ton of people want to come out in the rain, but it's supposed to clear up. So hopefully we'll get a little more turnout. But tomorrow I think it's going to be the better day either way. I think there'll be more people showing engines, but figure I'd just turn on the camera while all my engines are running here. Of course, we have the 1951 Briggs & Stratton Model 9 that I made into a hit and miss. This is my first engine, so it comes to every single show with me. Got that one running nicely. Next up we got the Witty on its new cart. chugging right along. It's got a slight skip to it, but not too bad. Next up, we got the 1936 Briggs & Stratton Model H, which I have yet to connect to the fan because it's actually kind of cool out. But this is just putting right along. Running nice. Over here, we got the 1939 Briggs & Stratton Model B crank start, running a water pump. Also just popping right along. Water pump's got good pressure. This is an old Sears centrifugal water pump. You can see down there. Not entirely sure what it originally would have done, but now we got the 1948 Briggs & Stratton Model NPR6 that are restored. Also running a water pump. There's an old little gear pump here. So you don't need to turn it very fast for it to put out some water, which is good because of the gear reduction and it turns slow. Over here we have the 1957 Briggs & Stratton Model 6FB on the water pump, the Marlowe water pump. It moves an impressive amount of water, considering this is running at just above an idle, as you can hear. Here's the info on this. And we have the Troublemaker, the 1920s Ideal Model V. Keeps wanting to quit. When it runs great. When it quits, which it seems to do a lot, it gets annoying. I'm going to see if I can restart it here on video. Something's a little off mixture-wise. I'll get it going. But yeah, got almost everything running here. Over here we have my friend Ruster. You want to say hi? He's got his, what is it, 1936?
1936 Stove.
Yep, 2.5 horsepower. Probably one of their later hit-and-miss engines. It's got the enclosed crank. It's got a tachometer on it, which is kind of cool. Wyco Magneto and everything. This thing's running like a top. And over here he's got his water pump. So we're working on belting up now. What brand is it? Oh,
Gould's water pump.
There it is. 1912 Gould's water pump. It's a piston pump. You can see that slides back and forth there. It's kind of neat. You can see where somebody did an old repair back in the day. They welded that or brazed that back on, which is kind of neat. But this thing's very nice, and it moves a lot of water. We'll see if we can get that going in a little bit. Of course, we got the Dodge here. As you guys saw, I took it on a nice road trip out here. It's raining a little bit before, so it's a little wet. Looks like a steam tractor down there. So check that out. Some other tractors and stuff. We got all these. Giant truck and some tractors. Got some more tractors piling in down there, and there's a flea market down there, which I'm going to go check out in a minute here. Not that I should be buying more stuff. Oh, and an antique truck, which I'm definitely going to check out. But, yeah, I definitely want to get this Ideal running. And it looks like Freddie just showed up with that L-Benz spool engine, which is a super, super neat engine, so I hope he's got that running a little bit. I showed that in the last plow day. That's a really, really unique engine. So see if we get him, get that running in a little while. Looks like a doodlebug behind it too. And yeah, I'll keep you guys posted. The morning was a bit of a slow start, but things are filling in now. They've got people showing up. More engines just showed up in the trailer there. Mike brought out one of his engines here. Got all mine running. Woody's actually running really well now that it's got some heat in it. All the Briggs engines are just putting along. Hell, even the Ideal is running, so something's got to be right in the world. This thing's been fighting me all day so far, so now that I'm videoing it, it's going to die out. Also, Lester's got his water pump going. This is such a nice piece. I love it. It's a really nice display. We head over here, we get a sneak peek into this trailer. Hopefully some of these engines will be out and running. Got some nice pieces in here. That's for damn sure. But yeah, it's starting to turn out to be a little more of a show. I think I'll get some more footage tomorrow. I think tomorrow will be the better of the 2 days. But so far this one's been pretty good. I'm pretty happy. I've got the most engines here so far. So, sun came out, it's nice and warm. But yeah, it got a bit warm, so we got the fan going here. Surprisingly, everything's actually running. So that's cool. Shouldn't this be up for record?
Didn't get any pop like that.
There you go. Nice. This is what year?
What, 1928?
Oh, 1928. Yep. 2 horse Stover?
2 horse Stover, yep. Okay.
Nice. It's a smooth running engine.
It is now that it is back.
Yeah. Turn the oiler on. What was the last time it ran? 2 years?
Last year I got it. So I got
Yeah.
it back for last year. So yeah, it was
Not bad for a year though. This thing actually had a bent connecting rod when he got it. Had to straighten it. Caused the engine to die on its own. Now it's a very smooth running Stover. I just heard the big shovel fire up, so I'm going to go over here and see what the deal is. See if they're going to do any digging. is the gas engine that starts it? Do you know?
It's the same thing. It's a Buddha.
Oh, it's a Buddha? Okay.
Little Buddha.
That is one hell of a piece of machinery.
Yeah, it is. About 68 tons, I think it is, altogether.
Nice.
It's a beast.
And it's a 1948?
Yeah, roughly in 48,
Roughly.
I think. We don't know for sure.
Yeah. That is really cool. I never thought I'd actually get up here.
It's no slouch.
No.
Machinery-wise.
No.
Everything's massive on it.
Yeah.
It's built for the long haul.
Yeah.
You can still do a day's work, really.
Yeah.
It's no joke.
That's pretty
You
cool.
have to have a good payload to keep up.
Little 4-cylinder power unit. I think it's off a hay baler. Made by International. Got a different. The engine was made by somebody else, but I can't remember the brand. Who'd you say actually made the engine itself again? Who actually made the engine itself again?
It was made for International Harvester, but it's a piston motor before International developed their own motor.
Gotcha. That's pretty cool. Well, first day's kind of wrapping up here. Still got a couple of them running. I'm probably going to shut them down for today. Let them cool off a little bit. It was a good day. It was a little light on crowd, but and displays really, but I think tomorrow will be a much better show. My buddy Brad will be here, bring a couple engines, and one of the other guys over there will bring a couple, and I think we'll get more crowds being a Sunday, not a Saturday. But I think I'm just going to make this one long video. If need be, I'll split it into 2 parts, but so far everything's been pretty good. The Ideal's been a troublemaker, of course, but it needs a little bit of work. I think I got to grind the valves and the seats, make sure that they're really sealing. But other than that, it ran really well for several hours here. Same thing with the Witty. The Witty's been running really strong all day. Been chugging along like this all day. Once it got some heat in it, it really smoothed out, which I'm very happy about. But yeah, I think we're going to call it a day for now. Well, I'm on my way home, and I'm tired too. It was a long day, but like I said earlier, I think I'll probably end up making this one long video, and if it gets too long, I'll break it up. But yeah, we're cruising along down Sound Avenue here. Nice 40 miles an hour. Looks like there's some people stopping up ahead though. This road, when there's no traffic, it's a pleasure to drive. But 95% of the time, it's super trafficy and it's kind of a disaster. But oh well. But yeah, I'm heading home in between the shows. I can't really camp out. Tomorrow I'm gonna bring my grandpa with me, so he couldn't come today. But yeah, maybe over the summer show I might camp over. But this show I'm heading home in between. So yeah, I'll keep you guys posted. Either the video is going to end here, or there'll be another clip after this. So we'll see.
Turn left onto North.
And you guys thought this truck was loud with the windows up. It's even louder with them down. Oh my God. Barreling down the LIE at a mile a minute makes quite a bit of noise. It's, day 2 here. So next morning we're gonna head out for the second day of the show. I'm bringing my grandpa with me today, so there will either be more or less video of me driving. I'll have to see whether he's willing to use the camcorder or not here. But brought some junk we wanted to try and get rid of, so I'm just gonna put it up for free. Let's see if people take it or not. Hopefully they will, and we won't have to haul it back. But yeah, so I'll see if he can do any video of me actually driving. But if not, then I'll see you guys there. Miles an hour, this truck's actually kind of nice. It's actually somewhat quiet. out here, as you saw. Everything's still here, which is nice. But today, Nelson's actually here. We're going to see if we can fire up a big engine or two from the barn. So we've just uncovered this big Caterpillar air compressor. We're going to see if this thing fires up. If this thing fires up, we're going to fire up the big 50 horse. I think it's an Otto engine in here. It's a big Otto, right?
Huh?
It's a big Otto, right?
It's a Caterpillar.
No, the engine.
That's Otto, yeah.
Yeah, big 50 horse. Yeah.
Tag on it. Read the tag.
This massive thing. So I'll keep you guys posted as we get along. That's just a pony engine, right?
Yeah, it's talking about lateral.
Yeah.
Once you get this in, then you can use the rest of it.
Jeez, yeah. Diesel engine's running. Motor off now. Now it's just the diesel and here goes the air. the second day display here. Little Stover back there is taking a rest. Got the hit and miss brake putting along once again. Witty's going. Thumping along. I love that sound. It sounds so good. I couldn't be happier with that. It also seems that once this thing gets some serious heat in it, it smooths way out. It hits every time like it should. Got the little Briggs driving the fan. The 1936 Model H. Putting along. Got the 1939 Briggs Model B. Still chugging along here. Driving the little Sears water pump. Likewise with the NPR 6 driving a little gear pump there. Got the 6FB on the Marlowe water pump, pumping along. Looks like I need to add a little water. Not sucking up as much as it should there. There it goes. And we got the Ideal V going. It's actually putting along pretty nicely right now. I think I either need to add a washer under there to increase the tension, or I need to ground that valve because it's spitting a lot of gas back out the carburetor. But right now it's running. I don't know if you've seen the little train driving around. I don't know where it is, but these engines belong to him. This is actually that Maytag I did a video on a while back about repairing. The Maytag washing machine engine just died. It might be out of gas. Yeah, I think that one's out of gas. We got a little Briggs engine here. It's a W series. I forget if it's a WI or WMB. I screw those up sometimes. It's putting along here. It's another washing machine engine. Got Lester and his display here. Got the 1936 Stover 2.5. Popping right along with his 1912 Goulds water pump. That's such a cool piece. Love all the mechanics behind it. And we got my buddy Bruce's engine here. It's a 1925 Stover Model K. It's a smooth running engine, that's for sure. This is actually a Worthington tractor, built out of all out of Model A parts, which is kind of neat. Jake, if you're watching, you might get a kick out of that. Down here we got an International, I think it's an LA, on a milking machine, taking a rest. The big International power plant, which I showed yesterday, taking a rest. Little Mogul taking a rest. And we got this little Briggs, it's a WM? Yeah, WM. I might try and get that running. That belongs to the train guy also. Oh, there's the train over there. He also owns that really cool ice cream truck. It's a 1964 Chevy bungalow bar ice cream truck. It's super cool. Take a look here. It's the dashboard and everything. It's a 3-speed on the floor. It's the front end of things. What engine's in the truck?
I think it's a 250.
Is that a straight 6?
Yes.
Cool.
Yep.
Very cool.
I had to hesitate because somebody told me once it was a 272.
Oh yeah?
And yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a
Very cool. It's an old Ford tractor going around the water to keep the dust down. Dumps water on all the dirt. While I'm out here, I might as well show this. It looks like another old truck over here. See what this thing is. It's an old Chevy. What is this thing? It's a 1948 Chevy. Very nice looking truck. Looks like it's probably a 3 on the tree. It's a cool truck. Big straight 6, I think. Yeah, it looks like it. Got the wood bed too, I love that. That's a nice looking truck right there. Man, you can hear the Whitty from all the way over here. Might be running out of gas, it's misfiring a little bit. It's a really cool old Oliver treads on it, or tracks. I believe this belongs to the guy Steve who runs a lot of the big engines in the barn over there. Could be wrong. It's a neat old piece. This looks like rubber on here too. That's pretty cool. Another Oliver 80. Leaking a little gas. I don't know whose it is though. As you guys probably know, I'm not super into tractors, but some of these are pretty neat. Over here we got a couple Copar Panzer 3-wheelers too, which is kind of neat. 1956.
Yeah.
Looks like a Briggs & Stratton Model 23 in there. And of course the Dodge sign out over here. Been sunning itself all day. They also had the big digger going before. I don't know if that's what's revving up over there now or not. Oh, it doesn't look like it. Gene was running that before. That was pretty cool. But yeah, here we are again. A couple economy tractors over there. Some stuff for sale and back to my display. That's how you move a big heavy engine. That's a 15 horsepower what?
Fairbanks.
Oh, Fairbanks. Oh, wow.
There we go.
Man, you weren't kidding about being quiet.
Shit, that's all it does?
That's it.
It shows over. What does that do? Really? What does that do?
It spins around and round.
It's like watching a fireplace or a goldfish.
Exactly.
Goldfish in a tank. Shit, that could run for a week. Yeah. Does it?
15 horse Fairbanks. Native to Long Island. You said it ran a sawmill? Sawmill engine. Igniter fired, propane, throttle governed engine. This thing is just massive. Super cool. Can hardly hear it running. Look at the size of this bore. And even the connecting rod is just massive. Just chugs along. And this is super cool too. The oiler there. It goes down the tube and it goes into a little like gallery there. And centrifugal force is what flings it out and oils the end of the rod.
I think this thing was just burnt. Look how high the wall is.
This thing is so cool. Giant 15 horse Fairbanks. The cooling water tank there. Something else interesting, this pump here, you can pump up compression with it, you put a match in there and start it. Igniter fired. It's a throttle governed. Runs off natural gas. Giant muffler down there.
Okay, see what we got.
Woohoo! Keep it going, keep it going. You messing with the mixture?
We'll get the hose for us, right?
It worked yesterday.
It's a 5-horse, right? 5-horse New Holland. It's a very valuable engine. Super neat. It's got a hell of a crack to it when it fires too. Well, we got the New Holland going really slow now. That's crazy slow.
Probably right about where they have it in there.
Should shut it down, drag it outside. Hold on.
Let it run and drag it outside. Who cares? I'll push. Hold on.
For those of you guys who watched the Plow Day video, we had Freddy's L Benson spool running. Now we've got the one that belongs to the club running. Probably the first time this thing's been out and running in years. But we got it running. These are really, really unique engines. They're super cool. This here is your gas tank. It goes down to your mixer. These things actually have 3 intake valves. There's 2 valves in here, and what happens, and then there's one in here that's pushed with the push rod. What happens is the governor latch out is on the intake valve here, and every time that actuates, it creates atmospheric suction, which pulls one valve in here down, and that pulls the other valve in, and that's what lets the fuel in. So while the exhaust valve is going every single time, it's only sucking fuel when it needs it. So this thing will probably run all day on just that tiny amount of fuel. It's also a side shaft engine, which is really unique. But it's dead silent. But I love these things. They're super cool. Of course, I could never afford one. They're worth a fortune, but super, super cool. Well, guys, everything's kind of wrapping up here. Guys are loading up. All the big engines over there were shut down. I shut down all my stuff a little while back. I'm gonna start loading it up. Actually, the only 2 engines still running are the 2 little Briggs engines, 2 washing machine engines. These are pretty neat. I'll probably own one at some point, but I'm pretty much out of room at this point. They're pretty neat though. The guy's actually selling these, but he wants way too much for what they are. Especially seeing as they're all smoky. You know, they look pretty. Somebody went through doing them on the outside, but obviously they didn't touch the inside too much. They look nice. But yeah, it was a really good weekend. I had a blast. It was fun getting to work on some of the big stuff, and you know, getting to see everybody again at a real show was pretty cool. But I think I'm gonna start loading stuff up here, and we'll head home and conclude the video. Truck's all loaded up. Got the spider web of bungee cords and ratchet straps and everything. Everything's tucked in there. So I think we're about ready to head home. So let's get on the road. Alright.
I mean, even if you go beyond that, you know,
Yeah, we'll catch up.
you're really paralleling the LID.
Now I've got a whole bunch of junk to unload and I'm really tired. But I won't take you guys along for that. So anyways, it was a pretty good show. I had a lot of fun. There weren't a heck of a lot of people there, but it was still really cool to get out and actually do a real show for once. And I had a blast. So overall I really enjoyed it and it was a fun show. So anyways guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you all for watching. If you like what you see, hit the little like and subscribe buttons. I'd appreciate that. By all means, leave a comment if you have one. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.